Imagine this. You've been training for weeks, maybe even months, but your results seem stuck. You put in the effort, follow all the traditional workouts, but your strength isn't improving and your body isn't changing the way it should. Now, what if I told you there's a way to activate your muscles so intensely that your body will be forced to get stronger and more defined without lifting a single weight? And here's the key. Just 5 exercises are enough to transform your performance, accelerate muscle growth, and improve your stability. And the best part, you can do them anywhere. But there's one catch. If you leave before the end, you'll miss the secret that makes this technique so effective. So if you want real results, stay with me until the very last second, because what I'm about to show you could be the missing piece to unlocking your body's full potential. But before we start, why not take a second to check that subscribe button? It helps me bring you more videos that will support your progress. Now, let me ask you this. How many times have you tried a new workout expecting quick results, only to end up frustrated? You follow what everyone else is doing, lifting weights, endless reps, set after set, but after a while, nothing changes. Your muscles look the same, your strength feels stuck, and your motivation starts to fade. That happens because most people train the wrong way. They focus only on movement, on going through the motion, without realizing that the real secret to muscle growth is tension. That's right. It's not about how many reps you do, it's about how long your muscles stay under maximum tension. And that's exactly where isometric exercises come in. They eliminate this common mistake by forcing your muscles to stay contracted for as long as possible, activating fibers you didn't even know existed. Think about it. When you do a regular exercise, only part of the movement actually requires strength. But when you hold an isometric position, the effort is constant, and your body has to recruit more muscle fibers to keep you stable. That means you train more efficiently, with less impact and less wasted time. Before we continue, take a second to hit that share button, not just to help yourself, but to help your friends achieve real progress too. Now that you understand why most people don't see results, let's get into what really matters, how isometric exercises work, and why they're so effective. First, what is isometric training? It's a type of muscle contraction where you hold a fixed position without moving for a set amount of time. Sounds simple, right? But the truth is, your body's placed under constant tension, which activates muscle fibers far more intensely than regular reps. And here's the part most people don't realize. This deep muscle activation is the key to building strength and definition faster. When you do a regular movement, like a bench press or a squat, your muscles work for just a fraction of a second per rep. But when you hold an isometric contraction, your muscles are forced to sustain the load without any rest, recruiting far more fibers and creating a much stronger stimulus. Science backs this up. Studies show that isometric exercises increase maximum strength and muscular endurance more efficiently than conventional training. That's because isometric training strengthens not just the muscles, but also the tendons and ligaments, making your joints more resistant to injury. And there's more. This type of training improves neuromuscular control. In other words, it teaches your brain to recruit more muscle fibers in a coordinated way, leading to more explosive power, better balance, and greater stability. That's why elite athletes, gymnasts, and fighters use isometric exercises to boost their performance and prevent injuries. Now that you know how this technique works, it's time to put it into practice. The first exercise that will transform your body is the isometric plank. And if you think you already know this move, wait until you see the variations I'm about to show you. The isometric plank is one of the most underrated exercises in fitness. It seems simple. You rest on your forearms, keep your body straight, and hold the position. But what most people don't realize is that when done correctly, this exercise activates almost every muscle in your body, especially your core, which is the powerhouse for any athletic movement. And here's the secret. It's not just about holding the position, it's about creating maximum tension. Most people do planks casually, just waiting for the time to pass. But if you want real results, you need to turn this exercise into a serious challenge for your body. What does that mean in practice? It means that while holding the position, you should tighten your abs, glutes, and legs as much as possible. Imagine someone is about to push you and your goal is to resist without moving. This level of contraction forces your core to work much harder, leading to a stronger, more defined physique. If you think the standard plank is tough, try these variations. Max tension plank. Instead of just holding, actively push your forearms into the ground and engage every muscle. Single leg plank. Lift one foot off the ground, making your core work even harder to stay stable. Shoulder tap plank. Alternate touching one shoulder at a time without letting your hips move. These variations increase the difficulty and muscle activation, making the exercise even more effective at sculpting your abs and strengthening your lower back. Now that your core is fully engaged and ready to handle greater challenges, let's move on to the second exercise. The wall sit, a brutally effective technique for building leg endurance and strengthening your knees. By the way, how are you liking the video so far? If you're enjoying it, leave a like. It really helps bring more content like this to you. If you think you need heavy weights to build strong legs, you're about to discover a much more efficient and safer method. The wall sit is one of the most brutal exercises for your leg muscle. And if you do it right, you'll feel the burn in just a few seconds. This exercise specifically targets your quadriceps, strengthening your thighs with constant, intense muscle engagement. But it also works your glutes, calves, and even your lower back, improving leg endurance and stabilizing your knees. But the key isn't just sitting against the wall and waiting. If you want real results, you need to focus on proper technique. Here's what you should do. Keep your knees at a 90-degree angle, as if you're sitting in an invisible chair. Press your heels into the ground and squeeze your glutes to activate more muscles. Don't rest your hands on your leg. All the effort should come from your lower body. Engage your core to protect your lower back and improve endurance. Now, if you want to take this exercise to the next level, try these variations. Single leg wall sit. Lift one leg and hold for at least 10 seconds before switching. Wall sit with added weight. Hold a backpack or any heavy object to increase difficulty. Wall sit with pulses. After holding the position, add small up and down movements to intensify the burn. This exercise is perfect for athletes, injury prevention, and boosting muscle endurance. Now that your legs are feeling the power of isometric training, let's move on to the next essential move, the isometric glute bridge, a key exercise for building a strong lower back and firm glutes without any equipment. The isometric glute bridge is a simple but incredibly powerful exercise that activates your entire posterior chain, including the glutes, hamstrings, and lower back. It helps correct poor posture, prevents back pain, and enhances stability, all while requiring no equipment. Most people neglect glute training, but that's a huge mistake. Weak glutes lead to poor athletic performance, reduced power in movements like running and jumping, and even a higher risk of lower back and knee injury. The isometric glute bridge isn't just about building strong, defined glutes. It also improves balance and overall body stability. To perform the glute bridge correctly, follow these steps. Lie on your back with your feet flat on the floor and knees bent at a 90-degree angle. Press your heels into the ground and lift your hips, creating a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. Squeeze your glutes as hard as you can and hold the position for at least 30 seconds without letting your hips drop. Keep your lower back neutral, don't overarch. The focus should be on engaging your glutes and hamstrings. If you're looking for a greater challenge, try these advanced variations. Single leg glute bridge. Lift one leg off the ground and hold the position, forcing your glutes and core to work harder. Elevated glute bridge. Place your feet on a bench or chair to increase the range of motion and muscle activation. Weighted glute bridge. Hold a weight or place a resistance band just above your knees for added intensity. This movement not only strengthens your lower back and enhances posture, but also contributes to glute development, making it a must-have in any bodyweight training routine. Now that your posterior chain is activated, let's move on to one of the most effective exercises for the upper body, the isometric push-up, which will build your chest and arms without needing any equipment. By the way, if you have any questions, check the comments section. I always reply to every single one. If you think you've mastered regular push-ups, get ready for a new challenge. The isometric push-up not only increases strength in your chest, shoulders, and triceps, but also builds core stability and muscular endurance in a way that few other exercises can. Unlike regular push-ups, where you move through the full range of motion, this exercise forces you to hold the most difficult position, maximizing muscle activation. This means your arms and chest will work much harder than they would with normal push-ups. To perform this correctly and get the best results, follow these steps. Start in a standard push-up position, with your hands aligned with your chest and your feet close together or slightly apart for stability. Lower yourself slowly until your chest is just a few inches from the ground and hold that position. Engage your core and glutes to keep your body straight. Don't let your hips drop. Maintain the hold for at least 20 to 30 seconds, or longer if you can, until you feel the muscle burn. If you want to intensify the challenge, try these variations. Single arm isometric push-up. Lift one hand slightly off the ground and hold, forcing the other side to work even harder. Isometric shifting push-up. Move your weight from side to side while holding the position to engage your stabilizer muscle. Isometric push-up at different heights. Hold at different angles, higher to emphasize shoulders, lower to target the chest more. The isometric push-up not only builds serious strength, but also improves stability and muscular endurance, making it an essential exercise for anyone looking to develop a stronger, more defined upper body. Now that you've mastered 4 of the most effective isometric movements, it's time for the ultimate test, the L-sit, one of the most advanced exercises for raw strength and muscle control. We've reached the 5th and final exercise, and this one is, without a doubt, the most challenging on the list. The L-sit is one of the most complete and demanding isometric moves, as it engages your core, shoulders, arms, and legs all at once. If you've ever seen gymnasts or calisthenics athletes holding this position for several seconds and thought it looked impossible, don't worry. With the right technique and smart progressions, anyone can learn it. To perform the L-sit correctly, follow these steps. Sit on the floor with your legs extended in front of you and your hands placed beside your hips. Press your hands firmly into the ground and lift your body, raising your glutes and legs off the floor. Keep your legs straight and your toes pointed forward. Hold the position, engaging your core as much as possible and keeping your shoulders strong. Now, if this full version feels too difficult at first. Here are progressions to help you build up strength. Tucked L-sit. Instead of keeping your legs straight, lift your body with your knees bent to reduce core engagement. Elevated L-sit. If lifting from the ground is too hard, start using parallel bars or blocks to give yourself more leverage. Single leg L-sit. Raise just one leg at a time until you develop enough strength to hold both. This exercise is the ultimate test of endurance and muscle control. Besides building an insanely strong core, it improves balance and coordination, making it one of the best isometric exercises for anyone looking to level up their training. Now that you've learned these 5 exercises, let's talk about what happens to your body when you integrate isometric training and why this method can dramatically accelerate your results. Now that you know the 5 most powerful isometric exercises, it's important to understand what happens to your body when you practice them consistently. These movements aren't just an alternative to conventional workouts. They create a direct and profound impact on your strength, endurance, and muscular structure. The first thing you'll notice is a significant increase in muscle activation. As we discussed earlier, isometric training keeps your muscles under maximum tension for longer, forcing them to recruit more fibers. This means you'll develop strength more efficiently without needing high reps or heavy weight. Another major benefit is improved muscular endurance. Since you're holding static positions, your body adapts to resisting fatigue for longer periods, which translates into better performance in other activities, whether it's weightlifting, running, or sports like soccer and basketball. Additionally, these exercises strengthen your joints and tendons, reducing injury risk. Unlike dynamic movements, which create repetitive impact, isometric training provides a safe yet intense stimulus that protects connective tissues and helps prevent issues like tendonitis and ligament injury. And we can't ignore one of the most noticeable effects: better muscle definition. Because these exercises demand maximum contraction, muscle tone develops quickly, making your muscles look firmer and more sculpted, especially in the abs, legs, and chest. Now that you know how these 5 exercises can transform your body, I have a challenge. And this isn't just any challenge, it's a real test to see how much endurance you have and how much you can improve with isometric training. Here's what you need to do. Isometric plank, 60 seconds. Wall sit, 45 seconds. Glute bridge hold, 60 seconds. Isometric push-up, 30 seconds. L-sit, or modified version, 15 seconds. If you can complete this circuit, it means your body is already stronger than most people. But if you can't hold each exercise for the full time, don't worry. Try again over the next few days and see how quickly your endurance improves. Now, I want you to go even further. Set a timer, try this challenge right now, and comment below how long you managed to hold each exercise. Can you beat the average? Let's find out. If this video helped you and you want more strategies to build strength, improve your body, and level up your workouts, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new training tips. Now it's up to you. Your body responds to what you do today, not tomorrow. So start now.